This week on The Splash. Families from across greater West Bloomfield got up close to some big rigs. Then the community of Sylvan Lake celebrates their 70th anniversary in style. And later, we take a closer look at the construction happening on Orchard Lake and Maple Road. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything, from local news to feature stories, also that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash. Welcome to The Splash. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson, and as always, thank you for joining us. Over at Drake Sports Park, the West Bloomfield community gathered together for West Bloomfield Park's annual Touch a Truck event. So we sent over Splash reporter Sheena Monin to find out what makes the experience such a memorable one within the township.
This is Sheena Monin reporting for The Splash. It's every kid's dream to get up close and personal with some of those big industrial trucks that we see driving around. And here at Touch a Truck, we got to do just that. With hopes of surpassing the 3,000-person turnout of last year, West Bloomfield Parks hosted the annual Touch a Truck event at Drake Sports Park.
We take our 2 daughters and sons-in-law and our 7 grandchildren that we know of. It's an outing for them, and they look forward to it, and they like to blow the horns. Did I mention they like to blow the horns?
A yearly get-together always needs to stay fresh, and the Touch a Truck event was no different.
We always survey after events to see what the community members liked or what they'd like to see change. And one of the things they listed that they wanted to see was a garbage truck. So we were able to work with a local company, and they got to bring out their garbage truck this year. So that's a new addition.
It's a chance for them to be up close and personal with our rigs. They see us from the house all the time. It's time to get to walk out and actually climb in the truck. It's the coolest.
The safety and well-being of its citizens is first and foremost on the minds of the employees of West Bloomfield, so the local police and fire department were happy to bring out their trucks to the event as well.
Our brand is to be community-orientated, and that's what we like to do. So we send a vehicle up here and an officer usually to come up here. And as you can see by the masses here, that it's very well received in the community. So it's something I look forward to every year.
It's a great opportunity for us to get out in the community, let the kids climb on the trucks, see what we have. It's another opportunity we have to talk with the parents as well, and let everybody in the community know that we're here, what we do. I remember my dad used to take me to the fire station when I was little, and now I work for the fire department. So we start recruiting. That's why you let them blow the horn an extra time.
And while almost every vehicle was a modern-day steel monster, Bush's Fresh Food Market came to show off their classic Chevrolet produce truck.
This is probably the vehicles that they use to give produce to each store. What's unique about it is it has the finishes of what it used to be back in the day. So you get to be able to feel, sit in the seats that were original from the beginning. You get to even honk the horns. I see that the kids are loving it today.
A very special surprise near the end of the event came out of the sky to greet the multitude of visitors.
This is our 3rd year at the event, and we love it. Oh my God, the kids love it.
With so many different vehicles to climb on, there was no doubt each child had his or her favorite.
School bus.
School bus.
It was the smoke truck, actually, that the kids got to go through the smoke trailer. She loved it. She went through it like 4 times.
With the honking horns and big smiles and even a surprise appearance by a helicopter, today's event was a huge success. Reporting for The Splash, this is Sheena Monin.
Thanks, Sheena, and also to our producer Larry for making such a great segment. I can tell those kids had a lot of fun with the trucks, especially through the horns. But also a huge thank you to West Bloomfield Parks for putting on another successful event. And if you'd like to see the other fun programs that they have to offer to the community, then you can visit their website at wbparks.org or give them a call at 248-451-1900. Now, it's often called the prettiest little city in Michigan. The Sylvan Lake community is also one of the friendliest. And for exactly 70 years now, they've been a tight-knit group within Oakland County. So this past Memorial Day, they celebrated with a huge cookout to mark the occasion.
It seemed like almost every citizen turned out to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Sylvan Lake becoming a city. The entire event was the brainchild of a local resident.
John Farms, who lives close to me, called me 3 or 4 months ago and said he would like to do this and have a barbecue for the whole city on Memorial Day. It happens to be the 70th anniversary of the City of Sylvan Lake. So he was the one that took it off and said, let's have a barbecue for everyone.
I love this city. I grew up here. I live in my dad's house. I couldn't think of a better reason to do the pig roast. Invite every household in Sylvan Lake, 800 plus houses. My grandpa lived in Sylvan, my dad lived in Sylvan, my dad was on council, my dad was mayor. I just want to give back and put together a nice little fundraiser. We're 70 years old. I want to plant 70 trees.
The great food, entertainment, and beautiful weather help to further advance Sylvan Lake's very unique nickname.
Sylvan Lake is called the prettiest little city in the state of Michigan. And I think it goes back possibly even to 1921. In 1921, Sylvan Lake became a village, and then in 1941, we became a city. So I think that may go back all the way to 1921.
While living on the glorious lake is a great enticement for residents, the belief is that's not the best part about living in Sylvan Lake.
I would have to say it's my neighbors. Is that we have great neighbors next door, and I'm godmother for their daughter, and they're just really special people and other folks that we've met. So I would have to say that it's the people that keep me here.
Well, it's a whole sense of community. People from all over the community know each other, meet each other, and talk and participate in various activities. We're here today at an event celebrating the 70th anniversary of the city, and it's slammed. I mean, there's a lot of people there. It's kind of like small-town America in some respects, right in the middle of the Detroit metro area. So it's really great.
We're a community that stays together, that celebrates, our traditions and the neighborhoods we have, and we're just happy to, be together on a day like this, on Memorial Day, when we can celebrate our history and look forward to our future.
Reporting for The Splash, this is Lawrence Nyland.
Happy birthday, Sylvan Lake.
Happy birthday indeed. And thanks again to the Sylvan Lake community for inviting us. We're glad to have you within Greater West Bloomfield. And to see more from this year's anniversary, you can visit our website at civiccentertv.com/Sylvan Lake Turn 70. Well, still to come, a major update on the road construction happening at Orchard Lake and Maple Road. And later, hear from some more residents of Greater West Bloomfield on Sidewalk Talk.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV. And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson. We now go to a new segment on The Splash detailing traffic updates within the community. And it's all led by our newest reporter, Samana Sheikh, who talked with some local businesses and managers within the area.
Thank you, Jonathan. I was able to discuss the local construction happening on Orchard Lake Road and Maple with roadside commission officials as well as local businesses in the nearby West Bloomfield area.
It's a $7.2 million project. We're totally reconstructing Orchard Lake Road from between Northwestern Highway to just south of Maple Road and tearing out the existing 5-lane road that's there and reconstructing it as a divided 4-lane concrete boulevard. So it'll have a grassy median and turnaround locations in it.
The recent construction began on April 3rd, 2017. It's also adding sidewalks for local pedestrians, curb and gutter installation, improved draining, and right turn lane extensions. However, local businesses in the West Bloomfield area have been impacted by the construction, such as Jersey Mike's Subs and Toyology.
We have a lot of potential, and we can't even reach that potential because there's so much construction. No one wants to come this way.
For us as a business, we don't view traffic as something that can affect our business. People make their way here all day long. We're one of those places that people go to smile, and when you have traffic jams like this, we might be one of those stops along the way to get those smiles back transparent.
A major addition to the roads after construction is complete will be the modernization of traffic signals. The owner of Toyology has had a positive impact from this construction.
Our sales have actually increased over the past month and a half, which people think is unusual when traffic and construction is going on like this. So we're happy to be those guys in town.
This overall construction will continue until late July on Orchard Lake Road and Maple Road. Reporting for The Splash, this is Samana Sheikh.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on all the latest traffic reports within West Bloomfield, then please visit wbtownship.org and click on the Road Construction Updates tab on their homepage. But now let's turn to another episode of Sidewalk Talk with Splash reporter Sheena Manin, who's out on the streets of Greater West Bloomfield asking some new questions to local residents.
This is Sheena Manin reporting for The Splash. I'm standing on the sidewalk and I'm talking. You know what time it is. What is the one dessert that you just cannot say no to? And tell us about it.
Cheesecake. I like any type of cheesecake. Cheesecake Factory, peach cheesecake, any cheesecake I love.
Anything with chocolate. But I definitely like anything with caramel and chocolate together. A little salty and sweet.
I think there's two. One is apple pie, and the other one is cheesecake.
What is it about them?
It's just something about them. It's the texture, the quality, the taste. It's just overwhelming, and I just can't say no.
It's a classic, probably Big Boy's or Elias Brothers hot fudge cakes. I can never say no. It's so good.
Galette des Rois, which is a French cake tart, and that's where I'm from originally. So it's kind of like reminds me of home, reminds me of going back to France. So I'd say that'd be the number one thing for sure.
It's not actually a dessert, but I love pina coladas. So I think I can have that anytime. Virgin or alcohol.
Awesome, love it. What is one dessert that you love so much you can just never say no to? And why do you love it so much?
I love Petite's cheesecake, their turtle cheesecake. It is so delicious. I eat it about maybe once a week.
I guess it's a thing we have in Puerto Rico. It's called tembleque. It's coconut custard. And it's everything. And it's Christmas usually.
I love cheesecake and tiramisu, so I can't even tell you which one I like best, but I love them. I love cheesecake. I couldn't tell you why. Just good. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like cheesecake?
Apparently everyone does, because you're like the fifth person that said that today, and I'm right there with you.
German chocolate cake, and I think I love it so much because my wife won't let me have any.
That's a funny answer. That concludes another fun episode. Join us again next time for more Sidewalk Talk.
Wow, a lot of cheesecake lovers here in West Bloomfield. But for me personally, it's got to be apple pie. I mean, is there anything more American than that? But if you'd like to see some of our other fun or interesting questions on the show, then please visit our website at civiccentertv.com/sidewalktalk. And now it's time for our Civic Center event update, where we provide you with all the latest that's happening around Greater West Bloomfield. And if you'd like to stay up to date on all the following current events yourself, you can visit civiccentertv.com/events. So without further ado, let's get started. Want to find a new bedtime story and play some games? Why not visit the West Bloomfield Township Public Library on Saturday, June 17th for their summer reading kickoff day. From 11 a.m. until 4 p.m., you and your kids can enjoy racing in the human hamster balls, learning new circus skills, jumping in the bounce houses, and do much more. Plus, on Wednesday, June 21st at the Westacres branch, there will be another summer reading kickoff at 11 a.m. that celebrates with mad science, spin art, and more. For more information, go to www.westbloomfieldlibrary.org or call 248-682-2120. How do you plan a birthday party for a baby monster? Well, the answer can be found at the West Bloomfield High School Auditorium on Tuesday, June 20th at 10:30 a.m. Follow along with the hilarious musical shenanigans of the party planners as they find out that their party is not for your typical infant. All ages are welcome to the play, and there is no registration required. This summer, step up your grill game. The Barbecue Boot Camp class solves those summer grilling blues by grabbing your significant other for this summer event where you'll learn not only how to become a grill master, but also about important men's health topics. The cost is $20 per person, but if you bring a friend, it will only cost $30 for the two of you. For more information, just go or to register, call 248-325-3890. Relive the beautiful memories of summer days and nights as sung by the Michigan Board of Cantors. You can hear songs that celebrate afternoons by the pool, balmy evenings, riding bikes, fireflies, picnics, and barbecues. This concert will be at the Berman on the June 21st at 8 p.m. Admission is $45 or $37 if you are a JCC member. Improve your body, mind, and soul at the 8th Annual Health and Wellness event held at the West Bloomfield Township offices on June 28th from 11 until 3 p.m. Join us as businesses and experts from around the community come together to help you eat healthier, feel stronger, and live longer. Exhibits include health screenings, cooking demonstrations, and food samples, and it's also open to the public as well. Do you need a fun summer hobby for you and the kids? Well, why not start a garden? You can join Farmer Trevor for story time in the garden and hands-on activities, learning about roots, shoots, and ladybugs. Kids and their caregivers will leave with a seedling for their home garden and newfound excitement for growing some healthy snacks. Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital is excited to offer story time on June 28th from 10 until 11:30 a.m. for ages 2 through 5. You can register early to reserve your seat, or for more information, call 248-451-1900. Do you enjoy music, cats, or books? Well, then children's author Eric Litwin will be visiting West Bloomfield High School on June 22nd at 6:30 p.m., where he'll be singing and playing the guitar as well as bringing his Pete the Cat books to life. Don't miss out on this big musical and fun night, and also watch out for Pete the Cat to make an appearance and meet and greet at the end of the program. Plus, this is a free event and registration is not required. If you're looking for a good laugh with the family, then join Rufus the Doofus at Roosevelt Elementary on June 27th at 10:30 a.m. This high-energy comedy show will wow you with a mix of awesome circus acts and goofy tricks. All ages are invited to this free show, and no registration is required. Take in a history lesson and enjoy lots of art at Henry Ford Hospital. In Your Own Voice, African American Art Talk highlights the creative contributions of African Americans from the 19th century to the present day on June 27th at noon. Art provides a lens through which to explore issues of race, gender, politics, and culture, so please join us as we take a walk through the past and look at the future. The event is free to the public, and for questions, please call 248-325-3890. Drop by the West Bloomfield Library on June 28th at 2 p.m. to attend a performance by the actors and you. The Fourth Wall Theater Company, an interactive theater program that explores the three pillars of theater through games, props, and audience participation. Children are invited to attend and participate in this unique program of movement, song, and dance. Plus, this is a free event and no registration is required. Pack a blanket and gather the children to join West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation on the Concert Hill at Marshbank Park on June 29th at 6 p.m. for great children's entertainment by Copper Tom. Copper Tom is a nationally known children's music performer whose shows are highly interactive and often include a magic or puppets as well as games, along with a few jokes and stories thrown in there. Bounce houses will be available 1 hour prior to the entertainment, so make sure to bring socks for this fun and free event. The West Bloomfield Police Foundation is hosting their 4th annual volleyball tournament at On the Dunes on August 5th starting at 2 p.m. Gather your 6 best friends, create a unique team name, nominate a captain, and forward your team roster to Katie Rochert at krochert@wbpolice.org or Phil Pacheco at ppacheco@wbpolice.org. There's a competitive bracket and recreational bracket, and also a traveling trophy will be awarded to the winning teams. Make sure to sign up soon as the deadline is July 24th. The annual fireworks from Orchard Lake Country Club starts at dusk on Saturday, June 24th over Cass Lake. Bring a blanket, some food, as well as your friends and family for a beautiful summer night with the community. And that's all for now. However, if you're looking to find even more events going on in your neighborhood, then be sure to follow us at civiccentertv.com/events and look up our events calendar. or watch us here for more information on everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. As we head into the break, stay tuned because afterwards I'll be talking with Amy Neary from the Planning Department in West Bloomfield.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
In the air, in the park, in your town. Civic Center TV keeps you up to date on everything going on in West Bloomfield. Go for a hike. Meet the neighbors. Take a splash and explore all that our area has to offer. Civic Center TV. Television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Jonathan Jackson, and my guest on the show this week is Amy Neary, the Planning Director for West Bloomfield Township. Amy, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm glad to have you, Amy, because just early June, our township was awarded by the Michigan Green Communities for a very special award. Can you tell us what that award was and why we got it?
The township was awarded a bronze level certification from the Green Communities. What that was part of is the Michigan Green Communities put out a challenge to municipalities throughout the state of Michigan. Part of that challenge was they wanted to know what green initiatives communities were implementing, and the more you implemented, you got credit for those, and then you can become either a bronze, a silver, or a gold. West Bloomfield was given a bronze certification because we did meet out of those 12 criteria. I believe we had 8 of those criteria that we were able to meet, and a lot of what we do in West Bloomfield with the development services, engineering, environmental services, every day was what helped us get this award. We do, in our township, it's often overlooked, but we do a lot to preserve our wetlands and our woodlands. We have wetland and woodland ordinances. As you drive down the street every day, the preservation of those trees and woodlands. Marshbank Park, yep. The Township's engineering and environmental department worked with Parks and Rec to do a lot of wetland restoration out there when they built that park. They put in some pervious pavement areas to test if that would work to help with stormwater. We have an electric charging station over between Town Hall.
That's right, yeah, I've seen that before. And some electric cars in that station as well, charging up, which is good to see.
So the more that use it, the better. We have a solar-powered and wind-powered light pole at Town Hall, if some people might see that as they're driving in along the median there. We have several ordinances in place that give incentives to developers. So if you want to go 4 or 5 stories in height on Orchard Lake Road in our town center district, the ordinance requires that you have the building designed to meet LEED certification, which is by the U.S. Green Buildings Council. It's a certification and standards to encourage energy efficient buildings. We have in some of our other ordinances incentives. You can have additional density if you do implement some sustainability initiatives into your project as well. Wow. So those, along with some other stuff that we do on a daily basis, kind of gave us our points to give us our bronze level certification.
It sounds like it's a really big deal for us. I mean, this is a huge accomplishment, and it should be recognized as well. But I think one thing, too, is these are some things that we may even take for granted maybe here in West Bloomfield. We see them every day. You know, we have beautiful parks and wetlands, but it takes a lot of work to preserve those and to keep our place, you know, our whole township environmentally safe and aware. And I think you can attest to that because you've seen that whole collaboration in the township department. Can you say, just to talk a bit about how much teamwork was involved in making this happen?
Well, you know, a lot of what we really, I think, hold high regards for in the township is our environment. We have a lot of lakes, a lot of wetlands, a lot of woodlands, and we do have regulations on those, which often sometimes isn't favorably looked upon, but at the end result, I think, is favorably looked upon. Exactly. So, it requires collaboration from the planning department, from the environmental and engineering departments and development services when they're looking at wetlands, woodlands, soil erosion, stormwater, and, the building department as well when stuff is actually getting built. So, there's a lot of collaboration that needs to happen and coordination between the different departments.
I think another thing, too, is not just our township, but also I think people at home can get involved, too, right? We can help out in our township in many ways, like the household hazardous waste. I know it's a very big event that happens here in West Bloomfield. I remember Walnut Lake Road was backed up that entire weekend for people trying to, take out these, these household items that maybe are dangerous and shouldn't just be thrown away in a normal, trash can, but should be, taken care of efficiently in the right way. And I think that's good too, right, for us to, yes, everybody get involved, Yeah.
To make sure that, we look at the types of fertilizers we're using on our lawns, especially if we live close to, wetlands or lake areas, to the Hazardous Household Waste Day. Those are things that people can do at their home on, a daily, monthly basis. Hazardous household waste was one of the things that we identified, to help us meet our certification. And, that is we hold 2 events each year, and they are very well attended. We could probably have more. And we would encourage residents definitely to participate in those.
So hopefully next year, then, are we looking forward to getting maybe silver, maybe gold in the future?
I would say that's a goal, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see that. I think hopefully the township would love to implement that. So
definitely. I think so, definitely.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for talking with us a bit about it today, and I hope, in the future we can get even more involved, like I said, in keeping our environment safe and also being a part of the Michigan Green Communities Challenge. It's a big part of but it's also a great, big deal that we've got this bronze level award, and hopefully we continue on in the future.
Yes, I agree.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Amy. Everyone, once again, Amy Neary from the West Bloomfield Township. And, of course, there are ways you can stay environmentally aware at home. Remember, you can recycle or reuse old materials. Also participate in the Household Hazardous Waste Day. There's 2 a year, actually. Yep. So remember to stay that way. Or also, you can contribute into making our township a cleaner and greener place. Use LED lights or other economically efficient tools. So please, take care. And thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you.
All right, well, now let's head over to another of our recurring segments called Minute with Nature, where park naturalist Lauren AZOURY tells us all about the wildlife within our area.
Hello and welcome to Minute with Nature. I'm your host, Lauren AZOURY, the park naturalist for West Bloomfield Parks, and today we're outside our nature room talking about snapping turtles. Early in June, you might start to notice lots of little holes along the nature trails, and those are snapping turtle nests. So let's learn a little bit more about this really amazing creature. A snapping turtle can be identified based on its shell shape, also its size. So the shell shape has triangles at the end of the shell, whereas most other turtles have a circular shell. And then their size. They're the largest turtle that we have in Michigan. And the size to record, the biggest one in Michigan, was 86 pounds. But on average, they're 20 to 30 pounds. You can find them mostly in the wetlands. They spend most of their days swimming or sitting at the muddy bottom of a lake or a wetland area. And the diet that they eat is mostly wetland food as well. They're omnivores, so they eat meat and plants, and they're also scavengers, so they eat dead things, which is great for us. They play a really important role in the food chain. They're kind of like the garbage men of the wetland world. They clean up a lot of the dead things that we don't want to see in our lakes. They do nest along the West Bloomfield Trail, so as you take hikes outside, you might notice sandy areas that have been dug up kind of in a circular fashion. They put about 30 eggs or so inside the nest and cover it back up with sand. And the really cool thing about snapping turtles is determination of whether or not that snapping turtle hatches as a male or a female is based on the soil temperature during incubation. A lot of times snapping turtle eggs are used as food for other animals, so you will notice some nests that have been dug up and they become a really good food source in the spring for raccoons. Now if you do see a turtle crossing the road, more than likely that turtle is there to make its nest or go back to the wetlands after laying its eggs. So please make sure that if you see a turtle crossing the road and you want to help, that you continue to face it in the direction that it's already going. Also remember that snapping turtles are very large and they do snap. They have a very large and strong jaw. So if you are going to help a snapping turtle across the road, it's recommended that you use a tool or shovel of some sort and that you don't use your hands, because they can reach from their neck around to the back of their tail. So you want to make sure that you keep your fingers safe from those strong jaws that the snapping turtles have. And that's your Minute with Nature.
Thanks, Lauren. And to see more episodes of Minute with Nature on our website, please visit civiccentertv.com/MWN. And now it's time for our final segment on The Splash called Person of the Week. where we recognize those within the community who are either inspiring or providing toward others. And this week's recipient is Ben Clark, the owner of People Skate and Snowboard in Keego Harbor. Local business owner Ben Clark opened People Skate and Snowboard in 2010 with his wife, Jessica. From the store's inception, Ben made a commitment to running the business with his customers in mind, focusing on what Keego Harbor skaters and snowboarders needed to pursue their passion, the same passion he had when he began skating. In the future, Ben hopes to expand our area's skate culture, having served on the Friends of the Milford Skate Park Board. He hopes to someday establish a skate park within Keego Harbor. But beyond his commitment to skate culture, Ben has also been a dedicated community advocate, having grown up in West Bloomfield, developed a business in Keego Harbor, and started his own family in Sylvan Lake. So it's because of Ben's commitment to the people and the advancement of our local community that we're awarding him with our Person of the Week. And if you happen to know someone who's providing a service to our community, then let us know by sending an email to thesplash@civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate those who are making a difference in our area, and we appreciate all of your suggestions. And that's going to do it for us this week. But remember, you can watch new episodes of The Splash this summer every other Monday at 6:30 or throughout the week for replays. And you can look up previous episodes online at civiccentertv.com. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook under Civic Center TV for more information. Well, it's been a pleasure and honor to be here with all of you, and honestly, I couldn't have had a better time hosting The Splash. I want to thank all the wonderful staff here for all of their support, and hopefully we'll be seeing each other again real soon. So for all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, and of course West Bloomfield, I'm Jonathan Jackson, signing off.